and I did not do well. We used up basically all of our money, and we got nothing of use for it. I tried to get like a couple of like rings or amulets, stuff like that. Not useful. So yeah, they were kind of like the dud ones that you don't want to have. Those, I don't know if I've got one of those in my stash, like as a solo thingy. Is a battle staff thing or a staff damage undead 6 to 21 sounds like it does a little bit more than that. The only problem is it doesn't have enough magical stuff. That is the only thing I've seen so far that's an upgrade in the sense of like what damage it does. It's also faster, which is a 2 to 1, but it has like next to no magical shit. I can't find gear at the moment. Yes, it is more powerful, but the way that upgrades and stuff works for the playthrough that I'm doing and stuff is based on the logic I had when I was a kid, right? So when I was a kid, it needed to have both the damage, so one hand or two hand damage, plus it needed to have like speed plus magical stuff. Since this is a two hand thing and that's a one hand thing, I'm also losing my shield. So it is not an upgrade by comparison to losing all the magical stuff off these. So I'm not upgrading to it. But yeah, doesn't mean that doesn't suck, because like that would at least do some damage, you know? I also do think that my ethereal shield is not strong. Definitely not strong compared to this. But at the same time, by kid logic, it's an upgrade. It's not, but it's fine. I don't have a lot of space for that. I thought I might have sold it already, the other gem. Yeah, because I had the bigger ones of them, so that's fine. And I really need fire resistance, but do you think I could find something with some fire resistance? No. No, I can't. I have things I can socket with fire resistance, but I don't have socketable items at the moment. Hi, mate. Let's back off a little bit. Okay, so I should be able to slow them the fuck down now. You know what's interesting though is eventually, like I said, I'll be... Oh, here we go. Here he is. He's back now. Let's find out how hard it is to fucking kill you this time. Because I have both my attacks are stronger. And I need to sneeze. There we go. That didn't help me in that moment. I need you to be like there, and I need my guy not to move a little bit so we can kind of keep this guy in one spot, because it's not looking good. I'll tell you that much. Fucking hell, this is nearly about as much of a slog as we had before. Let me just freeze you a little bit, slow you down. As long as I can keep some fire under you, I should be able to get you dead. Like, the good thing is I don't need that much mana to fight him, because I'm mostly going to be hitting him. It's... okay, we're kind of holding our own a little bit. Not so much anymore. Hold on, let me freeze you a little bit. Yeah, I'll double freeze you, mate. There we go. If I could just slow you the fuck down. I don't have much more in the way of, like, healing potions. I could really do if you maybe being like fixated on like Raji for a moment. Thank you. He can take a hit for just a second. Thank you. Mate, you're doing a wonderful job. Just stand there for a moment, because I actually do have healing. Hold on. There we go. Alright. Get out of my way. Now we can fight you. I don't really need that much in the way of mana. I just got to set you on fire every other thing. It's doing a lot better than last time. I had to go back to town to buy health last time. So... I see something skulking around the bottom of the map though, honestly.
Not enough mana.
Could you maybe drop something I could use? Nope. Yeah, it's a shame. Okay, so his spirit doesn't come back up. This is why I don't remember it. Okay, so I was wondering about this. This was the exact question I had, was I assumed he would still exist because bosses and stuff, everything still exists wherever. I just don't remember the spirit coming back up. And because I couldn't remember that, I couldn't remember if I had to fight him or not. I don't know how that worked, but, you know, logic. It's fine. Alright. Hi, Copula. Super healing. Not super hearing, I meant super healing. Like, yes, I do have to go through, like, this whole area again. I don't really have space for that. Can you put this down here so I've got, like, the tiniest bit of space? But I didn't get very far here. I got, like, just up and around the corner. Thanks. There we go. But you guys can't really go very far if you're frozen. I do need mana. But I don't have any mana, so we're just going to have to hit them. Here we go. No, you don't, mate. Go stand on the fire.
Not enough mana.
Honestly, I need to be putting that fire, like, directly underneath me. Or underneath him. That also works, too. I don't know if they're getting hit by it. I may have to go back to town. I'll try to get all... Well, I'm going to need to go back to town before... Oh, Jesus. Yeah, no, I don't have enough mana. We have to go back to town. I was going to say I was going to try to fight these fuckers off before we had to go back. I was trying to, like, scoot around the map a little bit more. But that's not going to happen. So that's fine. I mean, at least, like, re-clearing an area like that isn't too bad. Fast hit recovery. Softened. I don't know if he can use that. Enhanced defense, minimum damage, attack, rating, replenish quantity. Oh, because they're throwables? Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're throwables. What the fuck? I didn't realize that those are throwables. Actually, let me have a look at your sword, mate. 5 to 17, 4 to 20. Yours is probably better to begin with. Fast attack speed, increased attack speed, maximum damage, 7 mana stolen per hit. No, he's got a better one than that. So I'll sell that as well. And I've got to get these out. Every so often, if I do see something that's like good magical like that, I will try to see if he can use it. Because if he can, great. If he can't, like whatever, you know? I do have an extra scroll in my thing, but this is fine. And I want like a 2 health, 1 mana situation if I could. I'm gonna spend a lot of money repairing her gear, I feel like. Which is fine, but like, I feel like it's just gonna be like the primary thing. Oh, hello, mate. He kind of like stood exactly where I wanted him to be then. Normally when I cast the like firewall and stuff, they're never in like the spot. I realistically need to just cast it on myself. Because, yeah, most of the time they'll just come to me, but I do kind of hope that they'll like walk across it beforehand. Okay, this is not cool, mates. Somebody's poisoning me. Doom Knight behind me is probably poisoning me, and there was a ring. Yeah, he was doing choking gas poison. You guys come stand in the fire with me. Yeah, there we go. If I can avoid using my mana, I will. As in like my mana potions and stuff, not my mana attacks and stuff. Let's get you dead as well. It'd be kind of good if some of these gloves were like usable. I have not got lucky with that so far. Mate, don't go killing it yet, because we should be fine with this group, maybe. I've got most of them are like frozen, so he's kind of got his own little group down there. I'm just gonna leave him with that. He'll be alright. Maybe. Nah, he's fine. I have a ring I want to identify. Will you die, mate? Give me this. I love how she like screams she needs mana, and then I get mana and I don't actually need it. I need health. I'll use that for the moment because I can use that better. So I picked up a ring I want to look at. I have some stamina. I don't care about stamina. We don't need stamina. That's fine, I guess. Okay. I find it really funny. A tabby cat has not had any luck with, like, holy crackers, almost any of her, like, finds and stuff. Honestly, every time I find, like, a ring or something like that, totally useless. It's like stamina or... What's the other one we get? We get increased, like, minimum, 1 to minimum attack, or like 1 to maximum or something like that, which is not the worst, but it's not something that she will use. So yeah, it ends up being like basically useless. I don't know if I've got space for a mall, but I'll have to go back if I do. Barely. Really barely. Okay. That's fine. I've got a few things in here to sell. I'd love to give him a decent weapon, you know? Alright. You. I've got some shit to sell you. So you've got like a defense of 6. Can't use that. Defense of 60. See, I'm packing a 65 at the moment with shit. And this is the best alternate thing I can get. So I can definitely get stuff. Oh, hello. We got a triple socketed something. I'll have a look at that in a sec. I did see that that looked like it was socketed when I picked it up, but I wasn't really sure what it was. It's been a hot minute since we've actually picked up something. I'll have a look at it because it could potentially be socketed to be better than, like, not equal kind of thing. So what has it got? 2-hand damage of 2 to 9. Maximum damage, 50% damage to undead. It's fast attack speed. So I would be losing 1 set. Still swagging. Falls asleep suddenly will flushes? No. You get your rest, Viking. So 2 to 9 versus 5 to 12 or 8 to 65. I think these two are the strongest ones I've got, so I'll ignore them for a second. So you do firewall. You're not even on the correct one for firewall. I should probably swap that over. Do you do anything towards... Not really. Poison resistant damage reduced. Maximum damage. Attack rating. Okay. I should probably swap those over if I was going to do that. But that gives me life, lightning resistant, enhanced defense, poison resistant. I don't think I could honestly pack out this thing with enough to swap that for such a low, like, hit. But I do have knockback, which would allow me to at least fight a bit better. I would have poison damage. I could do fire damage. I think I have multiples of those. I've got a couple of jewels in here too. So there'll be cold damage, damage to undead. I don't care about that. Fire damage, poison damage. I could do better with the other one. Attack rating. I mean, that would fix a lot of things, but I can't use that because that didn't matter to me. Adds lightning damage. It's not super great. Poison damage honestly is not as good as one of the other things that I've got for that, but because I could socket it into anything, it doesn't have to be into weapon, which is good. What's the other one I got? Lightning resistant. Okay. So none of that is going to socket equal or better to what I have currently got. What about spare shit? 4 to 10. Shiver armor, frost nova, knockback, life. That's at least socketed with knockback, which is still better than this. Okay. So I'm not going to keep that. I am going to merge these fuckers together. It's going to give me a tiny bit more room. I could do like 60 poison damage. Honestly, I've got better like runes in here that have got shit with that. So I will sell that. I think if it was anything better than what it is at the moment, maybe. But I'm going to be very hard pressed to swap out a double, like a weapon and a shield at the moment. Fortunately, I just don't have anything that's actually equal or better socketable in that capacity. I'm probably not going to for a while because, like, for Tabby Cat, I would like her to have some level of resistances, which you're not going to get like in a weapon and stuff, but I would like her to have her chance of getting magical items, which I did have on Tabby Cat. One of these fuckers does, I don't know if it does magical shit. That one does all resistances. If I could put it on a shield. I found an amazing shield as Kelly. And I obviously, like, I don't do like shared like stash or any of that stuff. But if that had been something permissible, I would have probably given that fucking thing to her, because it was a really epic fucking shield. I found so many really good ones as an Amazon, and I haven't found like anything good. Mind you, this is just normal, right? So we're doing the best we can with what we got at the moment. Which, speaking of, I do need to swap this over. Hold on. So I need to swap this with that one. And I might swap over their shields as well. Because this one gives me extra firewall. And it's on firewall. So as long as I put that back right, this is going to be a lot stronger. Although I will have to swap over to cold to fight, which is not really a bad thing. It's fine. So let's test this theory out. They should absolutely fucking roast with this. Holy crackers. I hope that you guys roast. I don't know if I've got to keep it out for it to be stronger. It shouldn't have to. Fire. Yeah, it takes it up to like a fucking 5. That's some hunky-dory shit right there. That is going to absolutely fucking murder them. My only question is, when I swap it back over, it doesn't stay. Okay, so hold on, move the fuck over. So if I want to be setting them on fire, I've got to keep this like fucking class all out, basically. I'm going to need to go back in a second because these guys are absolutely killing me, and I don't have health because I button mashed some shit while I was like looking at what it was doing. It's the wrong time to look at what your shit does is when you're in the thick of a battle, by the way. It should be like first order of fucking Diablo, but anywho, so I'm gonna have to keep this amber class all out when I fight, instead of fighting with the Kujal for the most part. I can't use that. Get rid of all that. I did have health. I just couldn't get to it, so I don't really need that extra in there. That's fine. We'll take it with us. It can't hurt. It'll hurt when I try to like have space for like bringing shit in and out of here. Though, you know what? In all those times finding like a better belt that I didn't find one, I never actually put like a near equivalent in my stash. You notice? That's not something I really thought about. Can I get that going the other way, please? There we go. Should take a look at my 2 shields as well if I can. You kill that one? Cool. You got healing? Sweet. Okay, just give me a second to have a look at my shields. So this is for fire. Magic damage reduce. Take and go some enhanced defense, all that business. Okay. And you are faster hit recovery, enhanced defense, poison resistance, damage reduced by 1, does defense 30. This is a stronger block. So yeah. Alright. Mate, I don't know where you went, but that's fine. Don't be running off killing shit. Alright. Well, either way, she's got like somewhat better gear on her. So if something stands in the fire, it's probably gonna die near. At least marginally faster. Don't you fucking pick that up, you cunt. Go stand in the fire. I saw it eat the corpse. And I'm like, nope, I'm not having it walk off and fucking spit that shit at me. It looks like for a little while, fire is going to be like substantially stronger, because if I swap out, although, interestingly enough, hang on a ticket. I know I took a little bit of damage then. So when I was swapping over before, hold on, because I would swap over to fight with that for a moment. Whereas I'm not getting to fight with this basically at all because I can't like swap over. But for like a brief moment in time when I do swap these two over, I am stronger in the moment of like trying to cast like the Frost Nova, which is interesting. So yeah.
I need mana.
I do need mana. Honestly, I really want to like turn it back to what it was, because like I feel like I'd still fight with the other one, but that's not going to help me. Where are we up to? We're back up to where we came in. Alright, it is time for me to kind of run around. I might honestly just swap them back. So, like, tactically speaking, not super greatly useful, because like I'll need the other one for like casting fire and shit, being stronger and stuff. But for actually hitting things, the other one is stronger in the face. We'll see how we go, because like obviously it was a lot easier to kill them like that, but I already kind of like swap over to be able to cast Frost Nova. When I'm stuck on the other one, I can't cast the other thing. So yeah, it makes sense, trust me, it makes sense. I'm not explaining it very well. Let's see if I can do a better job of that. So when I cast Firewall, right, I typically swap straight over to the Amber Orb, which boosts Firewall, so I can then cast Frost Nova, right? Which of course boosts the fire that's already up and allows me to cast Frost Nova as well, as opposed to being stuck on like Firebolt and not being able to cast Frost Nova at all. But when I'm casting Frost Nova, as I said, my Firebolt, my fucking Firewall is enhanced. So, yeah, good shit. It makes sense, trust me. Oh man. I'm trying to explain some of this stuff, because like, I understand it, but trying to put it into words makes it very hard to, like, I don't know. Hi mates. Come up here. And I'll set this all on fire. There you go. Alright. Well, we basically just got to get most of this area, which I have got like some of it done. I didn't mean to cast that, but that's okay. Got a little bit of a back and forth to run around with. Already killed that thing. Alright. What is following you? Hell did you come from, mate? I'm guessing that I was not close enough to... Here we go. There, in there. Somehow I haven't triggered you inside the walls here. How was there anybody there? Is it because of up here? Okay, this is where they were. I was gonna say, I'm like, clearly I've missed the spot. And the only thing I could see was this corner was not, like, grabbed yet. So they must have followed me around the corner. That's fine. Alright. I was going a little bit wide with it because I'm like, you know, this kind of area, as I said, is kind of a bit difficult because there's a lot of like little nooks and stuff. There's a lot of little spots that look like they have something and they're not something, or they're empty and they're purposely empty and they have nothing. Like that's the next way down is over there. And then you get like little areas like this, which have got like a lot of detail and stuff. And her stamina's gone again. That's fine. I kind of want to at least register that a little bit. There we go. I just wanted it to show up on the map just a tiny bit. Hello, where'd you come from? So that I can find my way back to it, because otherwise, a lot of the time the stairs don't show up. They're a pain in the ass to try to find later. Hey Steven, welcome in. What are you up to? I'm doing a nostalgia playthrough, recreating the my original sorceress from when I was like 13. So yeah, been just chilling, trying to get us some stuff, re-clearing some stuff. I accidentally quit out earlier, so I have to like re-clear this whole area. I need to move a couple of things over. I might maybe be able to use that. It would be so good if I could get some fucking weapons that I could use. That would be mint. chuck all that shit over there. I have still got spare room for that, and I've still got a little bit of room for that. There we go. I can hear something jingling at me, and I don't know what it is. Something up here is jingling at me. Anyway, I'll come back up to it in a second because I've got to get this area done here. So I'm trying to get all the map, kill all the things, loot all the things, sell all the things, all of that sort of stuff, you know. Surprised at using Iron Wolf from Act 3 as your mercenary. I mean, you can't buy a different one in Act 4, but yeah, no, I've got to buy a new helper in each new act. Obviously, Act 4 doesn't have like somebody you can purchase, so he's coming with me through this, and yeah, when we get up to Act 5, I'll buy a barbarian, and then when I go back around to Nightmare Act 1, I'll buy a rogue again. So yeah. Oh, hello. Hi, mates. I should be able to set most of these on fire up in here, so we should be alright. Especially if I've got the other one, you know. But yeah, my previous playthrough as an Amazon, recreating my original Amazon, I had to use the same person all the way through, like the very first one you get given to you. So I had to take a rogue all the way through to hell, and that was interesting. Mind you, it was what I did originally as a kid, and it was fun. But my god, was it hard. And it is getting more and more difficult. I might be able to fit this. What is it? It's height shield, maybe. I can't fit you that way. Hold on. Brain ain't jangering. No, if I was to move this over, I'm only going to get like a little bit of space. That's fine. I don't have room for it. We'll go back. Yeah. Like the Frenzy Barbarian Mercenary, it's great for tanking, especially as a sorcerer. Yeah, so anything that's like, you know, gonna help kind of things, not useful to this playthrough, just as a heads up. So I'm doing very, ooh, hello, 75. It's not equal or better though, because it has no magic. But I can probably check it versus my spare shit. Same with that, I want to have a look at that. So I'm doing a specific playthrough where I'm recreating the original sorceress that I had when I was 13, back when, you know, original Diablo and stuff came out. And I have a lot of specifics with this. So for instance, I've had 3 different types of OCD on her stats. Where's my thing for this? So we started off with 2, 1, 2 up until level 11, and then we had 1, 1, 2, 1 until level 23. Now we're in classic OCD, which is 1, 1, 1, 1, and then the next consecutive point goes into whichever next consecutive point, and it will be that until like the end of days. Skill tree wise, I was trying to play with her originally with cold, but I couldn't resist fire. So I do get cold spells, but I get fire spells first. I do also have to get all the lightning spells, but I can't use the lightning spells. Like I can use them once, I can go outside and then use them, and then just never touch them again. Like once I've unlocked this, once everything's got a 1 on it, I'll never touch this page again. Now fire spells, obviously I've got 2 more levels until we're in the 30s and stuff, so we'll get another in Firewall, we'll get another in Frost Nova, and then we'll go down into Frozen Orb, Cold Mastery, and Fire Mastery, Hydra, and obviously Lightning Mastery and shit. And then Frozen Orb and Hydra, and you know, the Fire Mastery and the Cold Mastery and stuff will be the ones that I'll level from there until end of times, essentially. So they'll get very high up. In each new act, I have to buy a new helper, except Act 4, because Act 4 doesn't have a helper that you can purchase. So Iron Wolf from 3 comes through 4 through to 5, and then in Act 5 I've got to buy a new guy. I have to clear all of outside. I accidentally quit out earlier, which is shit. So I had clear all of this and then all of that, and then we've got to try to clear into City of Damned until I can get the waypoint, or otherwise when I come back in next time I will have to start from the steps because that is the most recent spot. I don't have a waypoint for this act. I can't go back into previous acts and I can't grind areas, so basically once I have the waypoint, that becomes the new starting area, and when I come into that area, like let's just say that this zone here, let's just say that this had a waypoint in it, right? So I would have to spawn into here and clear that whole area before I could progress forwards next time I play and stuff. I have very specifics with my belt, with my gear. I am supposed to use things that look magical for my sorceress, as opposed to like, I could walk around with a sword and a shield and that's fine and stuff, but upgrades are a bit difficult. Hey Jackal, welcome in. So upgrades have to be, when it comes to damage and staff class, like attack speed sort of thing, and the magic, so it has to be equal or better, but equal or better is relative to what 13-year-old me thought was equal or better. 13-year-old me with my Tabby Cat Sorceress really liked like, you know, magical items, like chance of getting better magical items or more gold, stuff like that. Like I was really partial to that. I was really partial to resistances. If I wanted to upgrade this, it would have to have equal or better one-hand damage, as in equal or better than 5 to 12. Its attack speed would have to be equal or better, and its magical properties would have to be equal or better relative to 13-year-old me's perspective, which means resistances are pretty high up there. And like, it doesn't matter if it's like substantially stronger. Like I just got this is 75 on defense, right? So most people go, oh, this is substantially stronger than that because that's a 65. No, it's not. So even though that's a 75 and this is a 65, this has magical properties on it, which kind of makes it roughly about equal by kid logic. So I can't upgrade that, but it could be a good spare if I have that. I could potentially make a socketed item better by, depending on what I could socket into it, could be better than what I am otherwise using, although this thing's already like a normal attack speed, this is a normal attack speed, this is slightly weaker. And damage to undead, I don't give a shit about damage to undead, whereas this gives me like firewall, which I'm using. Glacial spike means fucking nothing. I am also partial to like set gear, but I not going to build set gear. I did have Arctic bindings on my original sorceress, so I'm really chuffed that I've got that again. Really quite happy about that. The problem is I can't find anything that's better to upgrade it at this point, which is kind of funny. And yeah, I don't have to wait until my gold and my stash gold are maxed out to have to go gamble for things. I can purchase things from vendors, which is nice. I only have one page of stash because you didn't have multiple stashes back originally. I can't make rune words. I knew about them when I was 13, when I was onto my sorceress, because she was my second character, but I didn't know any rune words, so I can't use rune words. I can use my cube to merge potions and gems, but basically nothing else. I can use it for storage, obviously, but yeah.